Please take a second, pause the video, and read this disclaimer. Today we're taking a look at the upper extremity flow 1.0, and as always, you should only be doing exercise if you've been cleared by a medical professional. Now we're going to start with the wrist extensor stretch, and you're going to feel that, hopefully, right where I was just motioning. You're going to start with your arm nice and straight, bend the wrist, gently pulling your hand towards you like you see me doing here. Now when you bring the arm up to 90 degrees like I have here, straight in front of you, it's going to facilitate the stretch a little bit more than having it down by your knees or your thighs. And this is just due to the mechanics and the physics of the forces going through the wrist extensors. Now this is again going to be a stretch that you feel where I was motioning before, and that would be on top of my forearm right now from the perspective of how we're looking at things. Now I'm going to rotate here in about a second to face the wall so that way you can see what it looks like from the side. Yep, here we go. I'll rotate to the side. Exact same thing. Arm straight, bend the wrist, gently pulling towards myself and bringing my arm up to 90. Now again, if you feel any pain or discomfort with anything that you're seeing, you should be talking to your medical professional, your fitness professional immediately, and stop the exercise. Pain is not what we're aiming for. We're aiming for a gentle stretch. And you see me doing these for about 30 seconds here. In reality, I do these for 1 minute. 1 minute. I do these for 1 minute 3 times on each limb. So that would be a total of 3 minutes on each arm. Wrist extensors are one that get really tight in a lot of people, and they end up causing a lot of issues. Typically you see them with like tennis athletes. That's why it's called tennis elbow. But it's very, very prominent, which is one of the reasons why I put it in here. Next is the bicep stretch. Now, this one's going to be a little bit counterintuitive. You're going to straighten your arm, pulling your hand gently back towards you like I have here. But you're going to let your arm go down towards the floor in between your legs like I have here. And the reason for that, again, is just the mechanics and the physics of the muscle. We're really trying to stretch the bicep. I'll show you an alternate stretch here in a second, but this, by bringing your arm down towards the floor, is actually going to put the bicep, or the long head of the bicep, on maximal stretch. That's because the long head of your bicep comes all the way up and attaches into your shoulder. So by bringing your arm into extension, almost like you're trying to bring it behind you, that's how you're going to facilitate a better stretch. Now here's an alternate version. You can use a chair or tabletop, and this doesn't have to be done in sitting either. You can do this in standing, and just gently facilitating a stretch in that bicep. Now again, no pain, no discomfort, gentle stretch. For me, I felt it all throughout my bicep, up into my shoulder, and a little bit into my elbow. You do not want to push through pain. You do not want to push through moderate or severe discomfort. You want to hang out in mild discomfort for these. Again, bicep is another one that gets really tight in some people. And where they usually feel is actually up in the front of their shoulder and not so much just in the bicep muscle. So if you're feeling a little bit of tightness, you're feeling a little bit of discomfort in the front of that shoulder, you might want to try the bicep stretch. Again, as long as you've been cleared by a medical professional. And here we're going to go to the tricep stretch. And this is my personal bane. I do not stretch my triceps out nearly enough. And this is one that, again, is tight in a lot of individuals. A lot of people like to do body weight stuff, push-ups, dips, you name it. And when the triceps get tight, they limit exactly what you see me being limited in here. My elbow cannot go further back. And I'm trying as hard as I can to reach with that hand that's behind my head down between my shoulder blades. Another hand is trying to gently pull that elbow further back. It's the same stretch that you probably learned in gym class when you were younger, but then you never did again because, let's be honest, when's the last time you were playing dodgeball? But this is definitely a stretch that I know I need. And again, I'm only holding these for 30 seconds, but in practice I hold these for 1 minute, and I do them 3 times on each side. Really going to harp on that because the studies and the science say that 1 minute hold is what you need. 15 seconds here, 15 seconds there, 30 seconds here, 30 seconds there. It's not enough. You need 1 minute static holds to really go in there and cause a little bit of tissue lengthening. Again, assuming you've been cleared by a medical professional to stretch or exercise. And you can see just how tight my triceps are here, so shame on me. Don't be like me, do your stretches. That's why we have upper extremity flow number 1 here, going out there trying to encourage stretching in the world. All right, and now we're going to take a look at the lat stretch here in the next segment. Yep, here we are. So you're going to need something to hold on to. You're going to drop those hips, and then you're going to try and pull them diagonally away from the hand that's holding on to something. So here I'm using the squat rack. dropping those hips back like I'm going to a little bit of a squat, and then diagonally trying to pull them towards the bottom right corner of the screen, trying to lengthen my lats and my QLs as much as I can. This is one that gets me every time that I need every day. Again, 1 minute holds, 3 times each side. This is also one that I have seen impact a lot of people positively. A lot of individuals that do this stretch will go after their lats or their QLs, and what they'll find is that suddenly their hips move a lot better when they're running, for example, or they get better shoulder mobility. This is just one that I think everybody should be doing. Again, as long as they're medically cleared, because it just has so many benefits. It stretches out all these tight muscles that we get from sitting all day. So again, here from the side, you can see my arm is a little bit up and above me, really dropping those hips and trying to pull them diagonally, in this case, back into the left, really trying to open up and lengthen that entire side of my body. And I'm really feeling it here. This left side is definitely tighter. My left shoulder, just for whatever reason, is so much more tight and weak than my right shoulder. Really trying to work on that balance to prevent future pathology. So yeah, this is the lat stretch and QL stretch 2 for 1, but for the purpose of this, we're just using it for the lat stretch because we're focusing on the upper extremity. We want our shoulders to be happy and mobile. And the last one, platinum level. Everyone in the whole world should do this if they can, if they're cleared to, is the pec stretch. Now I have my arms here at 90, and I am taking my hips and gently trying to pull them through and past where my shoulders are. So I'm trying to lead with my hips and then let all that passive tension go up and through my back, through my shoulders, and gently try and pull my chest forward to stretch those pec muscles. Your arms do not have to be at 90. You can actually have them up further at an angle about 120 degrees if you want. You can have them down slightly a little bit. It depends what fibers of the pec you're going after. For me, I need them here at 90. And so here we're going to see me doing the same stretch, but now coming towards the camera. I'm going to switch my feet. And again, I'm leading with my hips and my legs and gently trying to pull my chest through. And I'm going after those pec muscles, which get so tight on me. And these will, when your pec muscles are tight, they will pull your shoulder forward, which will actually restrict your motion, which is one of the reasons why I think this is such an important stretch. It helps the head of your humerus sit in your shoulder the way that it's supposed to. But that will bring us to the end of this upper extremity flow number 1. Thank you so much for watching. Please do not forget to like and subscribe. It helps immensely, and I hope that if you are medically cleared for exercise and stretching, you will give these a try, because these are the stretches that have most impacted me and improved my quality of life.